Like many people, I had a period in my life when I watched anime. Thankfully, I got out of that juvenile garbage before I wasted too much time on it. And now, I'm a respectable office worker who plays military strategy games and Western point-and-click adventure games. But we all fall off the wagon from time to time, and how could I not want to play Zero Escape, Zero Dilemma? This is a game where Zero has given up conquering Britannia and instead focuses on kidnapping people and putting them in death games. Well, count me in.
In blunter terms, if 6 of you die, the rest will gain all of the passwords and will be able to open the X door.
This is bullshit.
Let us start by answering the question, what the hell is Zero Escape? Well, the game can basically be divided into 2 distinct parts. One part is a number of video clips where you now and then get to choose what will happen. The second part are the small puzzle rooms where you have to solve a number of small puzzles in order to proceed. Let us start talking about the puzzles. When you see the gameplay in the background, you might think to yourself, well, visually this does not look very good. And the reason that you think this is because visually it does not look good at all, even when you compare it to the most modest of competition. The field of view also looks a bit odd, and the interface is not exactly pretty either, not to mention not very functional. So is this a big deal? No, it's not, but it's not impressive. Now the actual puzzles in this game are not very sensible, and as a matter of fact, a lot of them are very nonsensical. The core is that you get placed in a room with a bunch of stuff in it, and then you need to make sense of the madness in order to get out. Overall, I found the puzzle part of this game not to be very exciting. Some of them are alright, but some of them are straight bad. Combining that with the crappy presentation and the small scale of the puzzles, and the result is that this part of the game is not very impressive. Now we get to the second part of the game, and this is where the game gets impressive, but not in a good way. Before we begin, let me say that I am completely fine with the game going full-on movie mode, but the movie must actually be good. This game has a very fun and simple premise. Sadly, someone looked at that premise and said that it lacked something, and that something was everything. So they mixed everything imaginable into the story. How about aliens, time traveling, memory wiping drugs, suicide inducing potions, human extinction, secret cults, multiple timelines? The kind way to put this is that the game is very unfocused, and there are less nice way to describe the plot of this game. An editor with a chainsaw would have a problem tackling this beast of a story, and an editor is desperately needed. The pacing in particular is very slow, and the structure of the story certainly doesn't help. Basically, there are multiple timelines and 3 different teams, and you get to choose different story fragments where you get to see one event from the perspective of one team. This means that the story is viewed out of order, and you get to see each event multiple times from different perspectives. Since the scenes can be seen out of order, there is a lot of repetitive exposition which you get to hear over and over again, since they don't know if you have heard it before.
How long have you been asleep then?
My last memory was 10.5 hours ago.
You're talking about the vote at 13:30?
Yes, but that doesn't mean we've only been sleeping, though. We could have woken up several times.
You're saying the amnesia drug made us forget.
Some events also happens to all 3 teams, and it's embarrassing how similar it plays out. It's like you are watching the same scene happen 3 times. But it's not only the bloated story or its strange structure which hurts the pacing, it is the dialogue itself. Let me show you this masterpiece from an 8-minute long cutscene.
First, I shall explain the room to you. As the name suggests, this room contains a device called a transporter. It was discovered roughly 140 years ago, in the year 1888, at the South Pole. A German expedition was exploring the area. At one point, they became lost, and subsequently stumbled upon it. The device was carefully transported to their homeland and researched in secret. What they eventually uncovered was the fact that the device was not made by man. Perhaps it came from a distant planet or some alternate world. Regardless, they determined the intelligence that created it far surpassed that of humans.
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it!
Stop understanding, however, if you're not like before, this is capable of transporting things from space-time, and it's like saying transport. But it's a structure, so it's different from the outside. If you look toward the back, left order, you'll see something treatment. This is the place of transport, and controls the structure. And to your right, you should be able to see two objects in planets. These are equal plots. Look further right. The two objects are something and smaller plots. In black is a large vehicle with a direct tank. Inside is oxygen, hydrogen, a variety of chemical elements that exist on Earth, stored individually. It is as follows. First, place is directly transferred into the plot. Real plot and system values. Next, select location transfer of all plots. Full letter, a plot into the plot, trigger scan. This scan reads exact places in each panel. Insert object S. Contain data, travels through space-time, trying to transfer plots in place. Then place one analyst. Insert necessary elements, protect data, trigger plot, and recreate objects to original form. This is it. Position and access to the home for the A massive amount of energy is required to transfer. Once the transfer is transferred, it takes roughly 10 months to recharge. The device cannot be used during that time. Unlike the objects in place at the same time, however, in order to transfer a machine, each pod is supposed to hold one body with it. Two more people cannot go into a single pod. It is very difficult to recreate digital brains and brains. I'm saying this machine back to the spot. It is absorbed into the system. Whatever you transfer, don't say it. True loss or more. By explanation, I'm saying there are cases of this device, however. This transport is less than a device to when it's transferred, solely atomic data, the object itself is only transported. Furthermore, that data travels through space-time. It does not just go to the master person, but also to other space. Now, by instructions, currently, no power rods to transport this. It is simply resumed. If you are able to resume it, you can take that which you desire. Now, I know what you want. Good luck to you.
Oh my, that sure was exciting.
Exciting? No, it's not. It's dull, dull, dull. My God, it's dull. It's so deadly dull and tedious and stuffy and boring and desperately dull.
It's time for me to reveal a dirty little secret. I didn't finish this game. I dropped it, because this is not worth my time. The story is a bloated, overly melodramatic, confusing, slow-moving mess, and I don't care enough to finish it. As a package, I did not find Zero Escape, Zero Time Dilemma very exciting, and of course, I would not recommend it.
向かい合わせるぞ。はい、せーの。やるなら今しかねえスラやるなら今しかねえスラジョイがジョイジョイがジョイ